But yeah, I often advocate against this option. I think it's pretty bad. Random rares or choose rare card on the silent leaves you with many unplayable or rares that are otherwise just too inefficient to take through Act 1. But if you happen to get a Glass Knife, if you happen to get an Adrenaline here, it's just worth 99 gold. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to high roll and then let that carry us through the rest of the act. We'll see, though. Don't usually do this. These are some really good options. Huh. These are very good. This is a tough call. Alchemize is pretty okay. Afterimage is also pretty good. Burst is also here. More than one takeable card. That's a good roll on the silent. If we take Alchemize, I think we still rarely are able to do this. If we go into an Empowered Elite with 2 potions, the silent still kind of struggles with that. But it would be nice to knock that out in Act 1. And Alchemize is probably the only way to really do that. Yeah, I would actually just take all 3 here. So let's talk about this at least in brief. Burst on 3 energy requires an upgrade to be useful most of the time. So otherwise you're oftentimes just doing burst on like defend or something like that. You're just playing a defend twice and it feels really awkward to do. But if you could burst 2 defends, something like that, then it starts to feel more worth it. It's probably too early for Afterimage. Excuse me. Excuse me. Probably too early for Afterimage. We want to pair that... Well, we want to take that into like Act 2. A single copy of Cloak and Dagger plus Blade Dance, things like that. Make up for Act 2. So Afterimage takes the place of Footwork if you don't have it going into Act 2, which helps deal with most of the frail that gets applied next. So Afterimage and Footwork are very similar cards in my mind. They're not exactly the same, but they fulfill the same function going into Act 2. So in Act 1, they tend to feel somewhat awkward. They do help you hit some interesting breakpoints. So Afterimage against like a Cultist or a Jawworm, if you can think about the numbers, the attack values that come from those enemies, Cultist being 6 and then 11, you can kind of see it's like this. If your base defends are 5, fights like that are designed to make you take chip damage, just based on those attack values. So Afterimage helps make up for that. And otherwise, if we make it to the Guardian, also takes the place of a Footwork, making that fight so much easier. That said, I think we're going to take Alchemize. It has the best immediate value for us. We can potentially get 2 potions of fight, which is kind of crazy, and scales exceptionally well into the late game, being arguably the silent's only way of meta progression, and it's not a terribly impressive one in my opinion. So meta progression cards are things like a genetic algorithm, a feed, a lesson learned, things like that. Alchemize, just giving you potions that you can then carry through from combat to combat, is pretty okay. Like, potions are good, don't get me wrong. It's just not quite the same as like a genetic algorithm that blocks for 100 or something like that. We'll click on Alchemize, and with an Alchemize, I think I'm going to go for the high roll here. We'll see how it goes. An early block potion helps quite a lot. Where's the white bee statue? Yeah. True. You have 9 here, we can put you at 10. Now, due to the weirdness of Slay the Spire RNG, we're guaranteed to get a potion after this fight. So let's actually use this block potion because we get full value for it. Almost full value, I suppose. The potion we got from the cultist is the Blessing of the Forge, and we're also guaranteed an uncommon card coming from this fight. Yeah, they introduced a lot of like really good rare potions into the game at some point, and that's helped out quite a lot. I think we take the Meme Stab just as an early damage source. I don't love it, but it's like this is better going into the late game. This would be good if this wasn't here. I do like Quick Slash, and this is also very good if you're going against the slime boss doing 12 damage, but we'll do the Meme Stab. You might love it, you might hate it, but where I'm at. It's where we awkwardly remove a defend, I think. Ooh, I went for the wrong one. Oh, no, no, no. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. If you have upgraded well-laid plans in your deck, guarantees the Runic Pyramid. We'll take Predator. It's a blue card. Blue cards are good. Right, no poison yet for Bane. Could take Blade Dance for some potential. Now, it was an interesting choice to get rid of Swift Potion. We could have kept Swift Potion for turn 1, basically. So you use Swift Potion with Ring of the Snake. You have 10 cards in your hand, and then you use Blessing of the Forge. We have 15 cards in the deck, and 10 of them would have been upgraded. One of them would be Ascender's Bane, and then one of them goes away eventually with Alchemize. So it was actually a more difficult decision than it seemed to get rid of Swift Potion, but I like the Fire Potion quite a lot. I was looking for it's like a Strength Potion or something more combat effective if we're going to go this way, which I think we're going to roll the dice on. We're going to go that way. So Blade Dance versus Pass here. We're looking to Blessing of the Forge, Predator, and Masterful Stab. That should be most of the damage that we need to deal with, like, Lagavulin, I think. Try the skip button here. Oh, no. Speed Potion is not great. I think I'm still hoping for a potion from this fight to get rid of Speed Potion. Love this game. That's good. That's good. That's good humor. Well, we'll take this Speed Potion because it's more fresh than the old one, I guess. And think about this backflip. We did remove a defend. I don't really like backflip. Skip button again. Notably, we saw Bane twice, and Distraction was there too. I kind of wish Distraction worked a little more like Discovery, but that would make Discovery obsolete. Flame Elite is Gremlin Knob with Strength. But we did pull most of our attack in our draw pile, which is nice, because then we can Blessing of the Forge. Pretty good. Hoping for Predator here. Good fight. A Snecko Skull for our troubles, no big deal, and more garbage. Yikes. The card offerings have not been very good. Snecko Skull's fantastic, though. Yeah, we're not taking any of this. Alright, well, I guess that means it's time to start leaning into Predator, since our biggest source of damage. If this is like a slime that splits or something, we'll need... The game's got a sense of humor today. We had Gang of Gremlins, and now we have Gang of Slimy Boys, too. I appreciate the humor, even though it's painful. They do like backflip, that's true. I can't deny that, but backflip also just says defend on it, which I really hate, so. Hey, nice. There's a Deadly Poison. Very, very good. And we might swap out this Essence of Steel for this Blessing of the Forge. Oh my dog, it is a kunai. Now this is something that we can build into Snecko Skull kunai, making me wish I took that Blade Dance a little while ago. Exceptional. We'll make Deadly Poison say plus to help deal with the Guardian fight, and we just fought Gremlin Knob too, so... Yes. What was I saying? We just fought Gremlin Knob? Oh, so we're able to use this skill in a fight, I guess, is my point. I don't value the Speed Potion very highly in this fight, so we might just Speed Potion defend. Then we can Alchemize. The Speed Potion is nice for the Guardian fight, but I think Blessing of the Forge is better for that fight. Just getting our Defense and Survivor and stuff upgraded. They were really nice upgrades, yeah. We're happy about that. But yeah, now I want Blade Dance, Cloak and Dagger, like a single copy of Blade Dance Plus. Oh. Okay. Alright, that puts us at a very awkward amount of HP for the Guardian. Survivor again? Okay. Well, we have Lethal in hand. So Fossilized Helix, though. Maybe the Guardian isn't so awkward, and a well-laid plans is here as well. Take that. Our big, mean slime friend I was talking about earlier, though. Don't care about this. All right. The clean fight. Energy Potion will pass on. Caltrops is also here. I really hate Caltrops. But I think we're also short on damage for the Guardian fight. We are going into a shop, so maybe we don't need to take this Caltrops. I think we're fine with the Blessing of the Forge. If anything, we can upgrade some strikes and neutralize. We have Predator here too. I think we pass again. I really hate Caltrops. Maybe if we had Mummified Hand, I'd be convinced to take it, but we do not. Never thought about Caltrops as an option. That's probably correct, actually. It's a decent way to think about Caltrops. I think this is a pretty obvious Noxious Fumes. I'm just kind of deciding what else I want to do after that. At this point in the run, the strike removes are super, super important. Caltrops does a lot of damage against the Heart Fight, the birds. Guardian? Exegos, kind of. There's so few fights where I want Caltrops. Yeah, I think with Mummified Hand and a more consistent block core, then it's okay, but I find, like, by the time you draw it and play it, is it worth the chip damage to enemies? Like, I don't know. You could try to think about it like Mercury Hourglass, but it's not quite in the same class. Oh, Book of Stabbing. I did forget Book of Stabbing. True. Very, very true. So Noxious Fumes is exceptional. There's an on-sale dash here I think we should take with the kunai. Really like having a dash here being just an attack that we can play to potentially get the third proc on kunai. Sometimes it works out like that. If we're stuck on 3 energy, it rarely does that, but I do like the dash. I think it has a place in the Guardian fight too. And with that, we are going to remove a strike for sure. Strikes are stinky. And super sad that we have to pass on Tungsten Rod. Tungsten Rod on the Silent is just awesome if you get Apparitions or Wraith form. You don't have to worry about chip damage, but let's see. Let's see how it goes. We are going to take an upgrade here because we got the Fossilized Helix. We don't have to worry about turn 2 against the Guardian anymore. I really like the Neutralize upgrade for Guardian. Noxious Fumes is kind of already upgraded because we have Snecko Skull. It said plus on it, though. So good. So, so good. Do Neutralize, though. I think this is our Blessing of the Forge. Hitting 3 defends is probably good enough. Didn't even need it. I need it here, though. Yo. Just barely. Dang. That's unfortunate. Zuthus, my friend. 5 months? Happy 5th birthday to you, my friends. Burb up and burb. Thank you very, very much. That is sad. Good block push in here, but I don't think we would. Why is he still shielded? It's because we killed him with poison, or transitioned him with poison. So technically, the curl up effect happened on the enemy's turn, so he stays curled up like that. Oh, I was supposed to derp. So same thing happened there. So the block carries over. Okay. I think we have to... No, we don't. We can Predator Strike, right? If it's 29, we need 25? Super clean fight. Took no damage at all. And we're really looking for a 4th energy so we can proc this kunai forever. Nightmare is kind of cute. Nightmare Alchemize is definitely a thing. We don't have a lot to Nightmare at this point. I think this might just be a skip button for me. Nightmare is the best option here. But sometimes, I think most of the time, I'd rather not draw Nightmare. In this instance, it's like, oh, if I draw exactly Nightmare with exactly this card on a turn where I'm not being attacked, then sometimes it works out. And for that reason, I think Nightmare is probably not worth it. Yeah, the big thing here is that we don't have the energy or the ability to play Nightmare. Like, going into Act 2, we're just always being attacked. Like, most fights, we can assume we're being attacked basically every turn. Not always true, but the probability of us both not being attacked and being able to play Nightmare and the magic card that we're trying to play Nightmare with in Act 2 is just... it's not likely. Now, do we want Nightmare for, like, the boss at the end of Act 2? Absolutely. That can be the scaling that we need. Nightmare Noxious Fumes probably beats all of the bosses right now, considering we have Snecko's Skull. But right now, it's a curse. We don't have enough draw for bullet time. We're not taking that. And Unload is cute, but terrible. Don't know how to use Unload in pretty much any deck. I think Unload is just bad. Its uses are ultra niche and unlikely to occur. I believe Unload is trying to be a part of the Silence discard kit, but ends up being like overly awkward because you have to have the discard cards already there. You know, the fact that it does 14 base damage is also not terribly impressive. You'd just rather always have a glass knife. You know, it's just bad. I don't really know. I don't know what it's trying to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's massive damage. It's 14 damage. I think Unload, considering the downside, because you can't really use Unload with Well-Laid Plans and Runic Pyramid because you're usually holding on to skills. Like, Silent has so many good skills you're hanging on to. That's the problem. And if you're trying to hang on to a Piercing Whale, well, you just can't. I mean, there's so many skills you're trying to hang on to most of the time. Unload is so awkward. It can help you get through Act 1 if you have to take it. If it's your first rare card and you can make it say plus, so it does 18 damage. You're like, okay, I guess it's fine. If it worked like Fiendfire, it would be kind of cool if it worked like Fiendfire, like exhausts do something with. I mean, you can't really exhaust. You can't use the exhaust keyword. It would have to be like discard all of your skills and apply, that much poison basically to an enemy, something like that. Yeah, very true. Yeah, Zuthas is another thing. Like, Storm of Steel saying discard is also very, very awkward, because even if you discard like Tactician, you have extra energy to do nothing with it because you have all shivs. You need to revisit it. Potentially have an infinite with Unload, Reflex, and Tactician. Well, yeah, for sure. You can also do it with, like, it's way easier to do with Acrobatics Plus because you can draw and cycle your deck way faster. Yeah, trying to do it with Unload is... You would have to have a very, very, very small set of cards to make that work. But it could happen. I think it more frequently happens with Acrobatics, though. Okay. Let me continue to think about this. I think this is an okay Pandora's box. The fact that we have a fossilized Helix and Ash kind of make it okay. The fact that we'd be stuck on 3 energy, though, is the big sad. I really think this deck just wants 4 energy. I hate playing with Runic Dome. I think Runic Dome is correct, though. Alright. Alright, we'll play with Runic Dome. Hey, and we're going against the Bronze Tomato, so... pretty good boss for Runic Doom. Now, I love going to 4 energy, particularly with Kunai, so we want to keep proccing Kunai as much as we can, and so much easier to do that when we have 2 cost attacks in the deck with 4 energy. We do have Masterful Stab and Neutralize here as well, but if we can stack the Dexterity fast enough, should be a win condition. Win condition light. So Deadly Poison is so good here. Gets us out of the fight faster, but we can also save buffer if we want to with the block potion, knowing that we have Alchemize coming around. And then we also get a Kunai proc to deal with the Frail when we have some block coming around. You can hit for 21 this turn. I think this is a multi-attack. Maybe I was supposed to play defend. It's going pretty well so far. +2 dexterity makes all the difference on this fight. I guess the Snecko Skull doesn't hurt either. Piercing Whale is here to save the day, I guess. Sure. It's our good friend Rob. We have donned the mask and Rob, the pleading vagrant. Hello, Robert. It's fantastic to see you again. Let's give him 85 bucks, though. I don't want to deal with the curse here. Meal ticket? It's pretty okay. Felt really good about giving him 85 gold, considering all the shops on this actor on the right-hand side, so we're not going to them anyway. Oh, rare. Rare relic. Oh my goodness. Well, we don't know it's a rare relic, but... Oh, it is a rare relic. Okay. Rare relic. We got a captain's wheel. Very, very nice. I mean, that's a solid Thieves fight. 0 damage, Backflip Plus and Terror Plus are both here. Considering we are... Oh, this is a really tough choice. Backflip Plus is fantastic, helping us get around to our 0-cost attacks again to stack even more kunai things. That's really good. Terror Plus is a way for us to scale, though. So we're thinking like Book of Stabbing things here. Also Gremlin Leader things here. Maybe the Bronze Tomato. Maybe. Do the backflip though. Why? We haven't added that many attacks into the deck, so... This one. Yeah, largely I want to scale with Snecko Skull instead of whatever else was there. That is the idea. I forget how much this is. I think it's 13? Okay, I don't remember how much this is. I'm going to do 18. I don't remember. Seven. What? 7? I'm bad. I actually like our potions quite a lot going into an elite. This makes up for the lack of the terror that we just passed on, so I'm going to keep that around. Love to Nami. Thank you very much. Thank you for the Twitch Prime subby. Happy first burb day to you, my friend. Glad you're hanging out, having a good time. Take the hit here. We have the buffer, and I want to get out of this fight soon. Have not stacked the kunai at all. So that kind of feels bad. Not 27? Hey. Oh, it was weak anyway. Okay. Good fight. We get some... Well, I need to, or I want to lean into, mods soon, I think. I think the time has come for me to embrace the mods. We want dash to say plus here. $13 damage. Now, dash plus is slightly awkward on the Gremlin leader fight. 13 damage is not likely to be enough to matter against the small gremlins. It can against just, I think just the sneaky gremlins can be taken out, maybe the shield gremlins. Ideally, you want this to say, like, 14. Sure. I think with Piercing Wail, we do want to defend here. I think if we defend, then we take 0. Or we Deadly Poison, take some damage. I can't remember how much this is. It might be less than 4 with Piercing Wail. This is really testing my Spire knowledge. I feel like it's more than 4. I'm gonna block. It was 2. It was 2 damage. Alright. Alright. Either 9 or 13. Guess I don't feel so bad about it. Yeah, we haven't lost buffer yet. Fight's gone really well. There we lost buffer. I thought I could maybe save it by putting the weakness over here, but not quite. Alright, this should be the end of the fight. Meme Stab still says 0. Well. Yep, Omamori, a smoke bomb, and there is a dodge and roll. It also says plus, and we have a kunai. Yep. Is the one. Now let's think about this. We either go this way and take on 2 more elites, and then we get 3 campfires out of it, or we go to the right. We also get 3 campfires, but just 1 elite. I think based on how a Tri-Slavers fight went, we took 0 damage. Pretty sure we go to the left. Also take some upgrades too. Noxious Fumes, your time is fast approaching. This may be the moment. Oh. Or Deadly. Deadly's so much better on the Book of Stabbing. Let's do Noxious. Sadly, that does mean... Oh, we do get 1 event at the very end. Gonna fish for ways to get rid of our Omamori charges. Ooh. Yeah, we'll take a Mummified Hand. 1923. I actually want a power pot. I think I was supposed to power pot. We'll do this. Okay. Didn't actually help that much. Let's do footwork. Don't attack me. Ooh. Dang. Well, we have a boat thingy out. This turn is surprisingly bad, though. We need an attack to deal with the Gremlin Wizard, or we don't have enough. Okay. When I said we need an attack, I was like, one of these two. Well-laid plans make something free. Wait, how do we do this turn? So we can Predator the one that says 17, we can Meme Stab this one for 16, and then we need to do 11 damage here. The only way we do 11 damage there is through... Strike Deadly? Don't know if we can do that. Oh, I feel like there's a way. My my lethal senses are tingling. I think it's here. Have we won with Watcher yet? We win with Watcher every time we don't play Watcher. At least in my book. So, we can't do this, right? I think we ditch these ones. And then we have to get hit from a Fat Gremlin. Really sucks. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is going to do 15 damage over 2 turns, but it kills with Noxious Fume. So if we put Deadly here, this one's dead next turn, and then we just have to deal with the leader. So this goes here. No, stop. This goes here. Have we played with the Watcher? Well, of course not. Why would we do that? It's just ridiculous. No, I said at the start of the stream, if we reach a point that we almost reached in the last stream, where we've won on all 3 of the characters, Ironclad, Silent, and Defect. If that situation occurs, then we will switch over and play some Watcher. I was supposed to kill this guy, wasn't I? So is it likely to happen? Well, not really, but it could happen. I think I did that turn wrong. Don't have lethal because we're weak, so we'll kill that guy. Oh no, took a lot of damage there. Is it ridiculous to ask what Ascension I'm on the Watcher? No, I'm on Ascension 20. I played the Watcher, and I used to play the Watcher on stream. It's just kind of become its own little meme, kind of, I guess. because of how rarely I do play the Watcher. Envenom says power, and it says apply to poison. Yes. We'll see how this fight goes. It's at least a candidate for Smoke Bomb. Next fight's guaranteed. We might want Piercing Well for next turn. Let's see, 6, 12, 18 coming in. So if we just Survivor here, or wait, no, this is 14 block and a Kunai proc. Like that. True. So now this is just 22, so unfortunately we drew all of our defense. But should save our buffer for this guy. I think this is now 16 damage. Pretty sure. So we'll save Deadly Poison because we still have buffer. And doesn't really matter anymore. Yeah, I think if anything, like the Gremlin leader is always like, I hope I don't have that one bad turn where we lose most of our HP. Yep. That's the one. So I want to save our buffer here more than anything. It's between like Predator and Envenom. This is either the big attack for 24. So if this goes 13 plus 10, 23, that's really awkward. But if it's the 14 damage attack, we also lose buffer. That was always my suggestion for Runic Dome. If they were to change Runic Dome to make it more enjoyable, I would like it to show whether the enemy is attacking or not, and that is it. That might make Runic Dome too easy, like on Gremlin Leader, it would make it super manageable. But like it doesn't really help against the heart fight or anything like that. So I don't know. I think it's at least a decent change that they could do. How about the speed potion? I'd do it. On 23, that is so awkward. I really hope we don't get hit for 24 here. That would be so sad. Good stuff. Good stuff. I know. It's like, look, it was basically like speed potion for 50-50 to save buffer. So that was, that's where my mind was. I stand by my decision. I think it was fine. And that's where we're at. Clean fight otherwise. Hey, we got a lantern. Lantern's fantastic. Second copy of Noxious Fumes with a mummified hand. Get in here. That is the one. Oh, Esty. Verb to you as well, my friend. Don't know what you're doing. Alright, we'll attempt to block, I suppose. Oh, maybe order? Probably order. Alright, good fight. Super clean. Last card? Last card before the end of the act. It's a pretty easy skip for me. We could do the escape plan. Maybe. I don't really love it. It doesn't say plus on it. It just kind of sometimes works well with kunai, and well, not even, it doesn't even work that well. It's just a card that scales with block. We're gonna skip. Alright, Hyper Beam Man scares me. The nice thing about this fight is we have a lot of cards that say power on them, and some that say exhaust. So once we play through those, the bulk of the deck can be held on to, or we have a really high block density, which is what you're looking for against Hyper Beam and stuff. So Bullet Plans helps there too. I'm going to rest because I'm scared. Pretty bad hit there. All right, I believe we want to Predator for next turn. And we cannot get a kunai proc, unfortunately. First attack is 18, 16, something like that. Wow, that's terrible draw order. So the orbs, we don't know if they're stealing this turn or not. They're guaranteed to be stealing in Venom, and then they're taking either Noxious Fumes or Noxious Fumes. I guess the good news is we saved Catalyst, but Catalyst is like the one thing that would have been really okay if they took. There goes Envenom, and hey, nice. So we didn't get the Noxious Fumes anyway. This is kind of awkward now. Oh, them stealing Ascender's Bane. Yeah, if you only have one card in your draw pile, doesn't matter what it is, they'll take it, even if it's a curse. There's some things that you can do that are fun with that, but not a ton. Goes to 3, you're on 5. This is correct. So 3 poison is going to be applied here. The 3 poison is applied here, and what we can do, since we're being attacked this turn from the Bronze Automaton, we can strike here, and then when the poison kills it, Envenom will go into our hand for next turn, so we can have that. Not that it's like great next turn, but it's better to play it on a turn where we're not being attacked, of course. Goes to... I think we need to Piercing Whale this to save buffer. Pretty sure. Honestly, don't remember. Stupid Runic Dome. Yes, we did. Oh, if we can afford this in Venom. Maybe we can. I really want this Kunai proc. And I want to hang on to a card. So if we did... No, we can't do that. So awkward. Did you hit strike for me? No? Okay. A bullet time is here. That is good timing. See how it goes. This can go here. Ooh, maybe order there. I don't think it mattered. I think we still lost buffer anyway, but we got a dexterity there. What's in the right orb? It's Noxious Fumes Plus. Finder, you got a new job. Congrats. I know you're on the hunt for a little while. That is great news. I hope you're celebrating. I know which ones you were shooting for, and I hope it was one of those. Big fancy ones. Alright, good clean fight. We lost our buffer. Oh man. Hey, we got a block potion in return and a spooky ghost form. Yes. Thank you very much. And a fun choice. This is interesting. So either we do Calling Bell, we don't have to take the curse, and we get 3 relics, or we do the curse key to go to 5 energy, and then the Omamori blocks that curse. So either we take a common, uncommon, and rare relic, or we take curse key to go to 5 energy. 5 energy means more kunai procs, means we would need to pick up some more draw. We have tiny chest happening in this act. Maybe. Maybe, if we go through 3 events. Which it could happen. Consideration for Curse Key? I guess. I still feel okay about Curse Key because we have 2 charges of Omamori. But yeah, sometimes we can dig 999 gold there too. Pretty good. That's really good news, Funder. I know when I was on the job hunt, it was dismal. A lot of applications. I counted it up after I got my job, and it was over 300 applications I put in to get 2 interviews. Fortunately, that was a long time ago now. Well, 3 years ago now. All right, I think I know what it is. We're gonna ding dong crack the dawn, calling bell. Ding. Will not take Curse of the Bell, thank you very much. Got a preserved insect, a letter opener, and 300 Spire bucks. Preserved Insect being one of my favorite relics, next to Snecko Skull. These have to be like 2 of my favorite common relics in the game. Snecko Skull, Preserved Insect. Incredible. Letter Opener, also pretty okay, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like after we added Wraith Form, going to 5 energy and trying to scale up with just Kunai procs is slightly less important, though I think like many of our combats are still reliant on that. But anyway, with 560 Spire bucks, we have some like really interesting paths to choose from now. We have a potential 4 elite path with only 2 campfires. We have another 4 elite path with also 2 campfires. The elites in this act are notably super spooky with Runic Dome. Giant Head is on wheels, or on rails. We know what Giant Head is doing most of the time. Sometimes we're getting hit for like little bits of chip damage and being made weak or whatever, but then at a certain point, you know, the damage just goes up. We have Catalyst to deal with that. Reptomancer, spooky. Nemesis, also spooky. Does that mean we should shy away from them, though, is kind of the big question. We have Tiny Chest if we go through 3 events, so like this would also be a guaranteed chest. The best thing about Tiny Chest, and this is the nice thing I'll ever say about it, is if you know that you're going to get a Tiny Chest proc, you can sometimes take this relic instead of the Sapphire Key, knowing that we could then get the Sapphire Key here. So if this relic's really, really good, we can take it, knowing we could just skip this relic here. Really like going to an early shop. Removing these stinky strikes are so important at this point. We have like 2 things we want to do this act. Well, we have a lot of things we want to do this act, but we really, really need to upgrade Wraith Form. It's kind of a need. And we also have to recall. So we could potentially go like this and then get an upgrade and recall or rest or whatever we want to do. Then we have a super late shop. It is at the cost of an elite, but something we can do. Let's try it. We'll try to go big. I'm feeling pretty strong with where we're at. Except when we don't draw block. Yeah, except then. Sometimes we're not even being attacked this turn, but who knows? Haha. on, Redbeard. You were supposed to be on the same team. Not supposed to hope for that. I missed like a letter opener proc in there. Make sure I do it now just so I can remember in the future. Okay. Second copy of Catalyst is pretty sweet. And hey, a way for us to use up this last Omamori charge. Yep. Some warp tongs for free. Yeah, we both don't play the Watcher, exactly. Noxious or well-laid plans? Really well-laid plans. Got him. Ooh, Blade Dance is here. Now, Blade Dance also requires an upgrade, and it's next to Blur. And Blur with Kunai is very, very good. We have Envenom, though. It's mostly that we can't really afford to get Blade Dance upgraded that makes it so awkward. And we're short on sources of weak, so Sucker Punch Plus might actually be better. As sad as that is, we've like, not found any other sources of weak. Oh god. Alright, now this is one of those like nightmare fights where you don't know what's going on. Okay, we're just spreading the weak around to the two that we're not focusing on. And then, I mean, that's a really good turn one. And we weren't even being attacked. Sweet. Times it's like that. Have to go here? It's so stupid. I love it. Sucker Punch is +2 poison, mind you. We have Snecko Skull plus Envenom. That is some serious value. Wait, did I miss lethal? I think I missed lethal. Whatever. I miss lethal. Just don't take damage, please. Okay. Is Sucker Punch almost good? No. We'll take Ghost in a Jar for when maybe we're taking a lot of damage. Oh god. This doesn't save our buffer here, though. I think, and no, wait. We have Piercing Wail in play. Okay. Might save our buffer. Dagger Spray was almost good. Well, okay. So Dagger Spray was almost good. And, well, it was only good in the context of if we had Envenom in play and the enemy has no armor up and all those things. So I feel pretty good about passing on it there. Sad as it is. And then, even then, it's only applying 4 poison, so I'd rather just draw around to our Noxious Fumes faster. In almost every case. Please don't attack me. We took damage. Okay. Blade Dance Plus? Oh my god, I'm so happy we passed on that other one. That's amazing. This does much. Now this is like the big spook. Oh, speaking of the big spook. I think we Wraith form here. It's so early in the fight. Oh, we can't get Catalyst down though. I mean, yeah, we can Ghost in a Jar if we want to in like 2 turns. Like, really hoping we just get there, though. Like, just give me that other Catalyst and we're there. We're applying 4 poison. We need, like, hardly any damage here. Okay. Good fight. Unceasing Top. Aye. Okay, we are going to take a chance. This isn't really a chance. I'm going to upgrade my Wraith form right now. It's so important for, like, Nemesis and stuff like that. Yeah, this guy, this tiny guy. That said, we really can't play it on turn 1. That's... Do we? With a Ghost in a Jar? Or do we save Ghost in a Jar? So we block... We would Piercing Wail this turn. If we Piercing Wail this turn, we're only ever, like, maybe losing buffer. No, because we don't get the big attack on turn 1. So this turn is saved just by hitting this button. So we don't Wraith form this turn. And then we have buffer for next turn. Eventually. Hit. Okay, so now... Not doing Blade Dance is kind of the big sad. But if this is the multi-attack, then we're 1 block short. I think it's 15 still. So we would need to dash, dodge, and roll. Okay, I'm gonna play it safe. You still get a fair amount of poison down. It was the big attack. Good try on ceasing tap. It almost did something useful. Otherwise ruined our beautiful Nemesis fight. One bad turn, but that's okay. Oh, so worth it. Paper Crane is here. After Image is also here to help with our Wraith form things. Yes, and we have Mummified Hand. Now, remember, this does not have to be our Sapphire Key. Because of Tiny Chest, this could also be our Sapphire Key. So we could take a Sapphire Key. Awesome. It's too bad this Alchemize is like just cycling around, not doing anything. We got so much value from it. Like a potion belt would have been a huge get for us this run. Yikes. Now, this is the issue with not removing the strikes from your deck, though. This is where the silence starts to fall apart, is when you cannot get around to whatever that thing is that you're trying to do. Alright, decent fight. Just took a small amount of chip damage when we didn't draw any block there. Guria also not fantastic. We take a third copy of Piercing Whale. Skewer also says plus, but I don't think we do that. It's Piercing Whale. Hey, we got a Pen Nib. So Pen Nib instead of question card. Okay. Played 60 claws, turn 1 against the heart. Now those are good memes. Those have been really fun memes to see. I'm all about those types of runs. Ornamental Fan. Well, importantly, I think Baylor was also playing on low Ascension, so Beat of Death was just 1. So you can potentially, yeah, if you have Ornamental Fan or something, you can actually deal with it. If you were on Ascension 20 or 19, Beat of Death is a huge problem, and Fan doesn't quite outscale it. Now, I think we absolutely could go for this Elite, but I kind of like the idea of just playing it safe and going this way and spending a lot of money at this shop. So we should make sure... Want to make sure we're ready for a Dolly's Mirror, just in case. Because we have a choice to like smith or recall or rest or whatever. I'm gonna recall now. I don't think we care too much about Dolly's mirror. We already have things to duplicate if we have them. Okay. 743 Spire bucks. And a dream. I think we just like buy everything, right? So card remove is like for sure happening. Probably the most important thing here. Well, debatable, but getting rid of strike is great. Anchor's pretty okay. The best thing about Anchor, if we make it to the heart fight, is it helps us save our buffer stack if we don't draw any block on turn 1 and we have cards that we want to play. So I think Anchor is a take here. It also almost completely transforms us into a boat, which you love to see. Acrobatics. What about this crippling cloud? A third source of weak seems really important. Obviously, we wish this was a leg sweep, but it's just not. So we have to deal with what we're given. I think this is fine. Kind of like this pair, too. 10 max HP, 10 current HP. Brings us to 62 for the two bosses, and allows us to more safely block with our face going into the Act 4 elites and the heart fight. Why is it medical kit? I also like medical kit. Medical kit allows us to maybe do some things with Unceasing Top against Donu and Deka. Saves us like a couple HP on turn 2 against the elites. Medical kit or pair? This is kind of a tough choice for me. I'm going to do medical kit, and then we can still buy some stuff in the shop in Act 4, assuming we make it. So many good, important upgrades here. I think the energy upgrade on Envenom actually makes it playable and always worth the cost because of Mummified Hand. The fact that it's on 2 is somewhat limiting on 4 energy and awkward considering the immediate output is basically 0. It's not like a dash where you can play something for 2 energy and get something in return, like block or damage. In Venom, you play for 2 energy and it does nothing. You have to do something else, and that's kind of a problem. That said, a second copy of Catalyst saying plus is kind of huge. Gets us to the damage cap against the heart, whereas just like a single copy here probably doesn't for quite a while. For that reason, we'll do Catalyst. Plus, there's 2 enemies on Donu and Deka. We never found the Specimen. We never found Corpse Explosion. Let's see what happens. So if we apply weak to Deka, doing 14 damage, which we're still not accounting for, unfortunately. But we would have to do that through Crippling Cloud plus Sucker Punch Neutralize. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And then we could Piercing Well if we really wanted to, and then we could play Noxious Fumes and hope that it hits Predator. Or we could play Noxious Fumes first and hope that it hits either Predator or Crippling Cloud, just not Catalyst. Odds that it hits Catalyst right now is like 1 in 6, versus if we wait, then it's 1 in 2. And actually, we might just want a Piercing Wail here. So this base 8, this goes to 8 damage, right? It's 12 times 2. But yeah, it's better to Piercing Wail here. Good turn. This Crane weak on 12, it's 7.27. So yeah, unfortunately we do lose our buffer now. So this is now at 30 damage. Oh, what is it? 10. Now this is on 13 times 2, 26. Math major checks out. Thank you. Need that. Already forgot. This is base. This is still 13 times 2. This one's dead as of next turn, so we're just focusing on Deca at this point. This is 18 times 2? Oh, because we don't have... Oh, wait, we don't have weak applied. You're right. I was doing it off of weak math, which was in turn weak math. Okay, solved. Alright, if we can save the pen nib, we will. Yeah. Oh, we did. Hooray! Very nice. Clean Donu and Deca fight. We are off to the bird with arms with only, you know. Actually, I guess we don't have that many powers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a fair number. Unfortunately, our pen nib was saved for a shiv. Well, I guess it could be dash. Haha. Now we should pay attention. This is going to be big attack. And now it's either the multi-attack or another big attack. We don't know. That is what we're trying to pay attention to. We're just gonna hope that it is... Oh! the big attack. I think we still lose our buffer, though. It is the big attack. Okay, so this is the multi-attack. We just have to keep that in mind. Go there. We have 3 copies of Piercing Whale. But I'm going to use one here, giving us a letter opener proc. We probably want Noxious Fumes and Afterimage down, but just one of the Noxious Fumes. Noxious Fumes is really important, so it treadmills the poison. If we don't have this down, then we just don't really get out of this fight. Trying to see if this guy dies next turn. It's taking 9 plus 11, 20 damage, so we need to account for 11 damage next turn. Doesn't usually happen. I'm gonna wait. Big attack. It's on 10. Dropping weak on the awakened one feels like a big mistake. But otherwise we have to deal with this guy. Next turn is another big attack, so hopefully we're drawing like backflip legend roll, and maybe that's enough. We're just short on a kunai proc here. Yeah, that's really scary to not put weak here. I think this is too important. Probably, I mean, it causes us to take damage here, for sure. But there was also a world where we didn't draw through well enough, and might have been the fight, honestly. So this should be another big attack. Unless I'm off? No, big attack. No, this is the multi-attack. Oh, I needed Catalyst. No! Okay, we gotta get around to the other one. So, big attack. Actually, we kind of need well-laid plans, don't we? Big attack. Ouch. Multi-attack. Now, weak is applied. Screw, did we get there? 45 times 3 plus 1, 136. Plus 20? 56? We're not quite there. We kind of need to get well-laid plans in play. I think that's enough. No. No. That's a problem. Okay. Well, we have Ghost in a Jar. And Fairy in a Bottle. We cannot get a Kunai proc here, unfortunately. We'll for sure take the extra draw next turn. And probably pass because of Pen Nib. We do have good block for next turn, but... Yikes. I guess the other good news is we have both Catalysts still around. Yeah, the Whale Trick is at the end of Phase 1 on the Bird with Arms fight, as well as the Time Eater and the Champ. They remove all of their debuffs, including the one that Piercing Whale and Dark Shackles applies that says gain 6 or 8 strength at the start of your next turn. So effectively, that debuff is removed, and the strength is reset back to 0. So if you put the strength at negative, it's considered a debuff too. So it's just resetting the fight back to whatever the base value is. And this is bad. It's the 40-some damage turn. I don't think we block for 40-some. Ouch. Does anybody know how much damage the bird's doing right now? Because we did not find a source of weak again for Paper Crane. We don't have like any block coming around, so using this last defense seems scary. Might be the multi-attack, might be like the Void too. Let's go like this. And we should draw around to the other catalyst in time. We want to take 3 damage in this fight? Wait, why do we want to take 3 damage? To trade off the Fairy in a Bottle? I don't know. I think Fairy in a Bottle already has a purpose in my mind, but we'll see if that prophecy comes true. I think like it might just have use in the hard fight. It's hard to use an elites in the hard fight. I mean, right, we won't know what they're doing, but at the very least we can potentially throw a Piercing Whale out there and see what happens. I don't know. All right, we don't need to rest here because we have Meal Ticket. Somewhere between Well-Laid Plans and Afterimage. Yeah, yes. Exactly what Redbeardy said. It would have healed us up more anyway, but at best we would have gained effectively 1 extra HP because we have a Meal Ticket here. Because we're going to 65, so I guess it would have gotten us to 66 and freed up a potion slot. Technically. Well-laid for sure. If anything, After Image helps us save our buffer stack, potentially. Well-laid plans, hanging on to a Piercing Whale, or whatever. It's very, very good. Bottle Tornado is here. Piercing Whale is here. Panic Button is here. Card Remove is also here. Yeah, I liked the innate After Image with the Anchor. Panic Button's pretty good for us. Blood Vial heals us to free. True. Yeah, I don't think we need the Terror. The footwork is solidly okay. I feel like Panic Button with both Wraith Form... With Wraith Form and Well-laid plans, Panic Button is almost an extra turn of intangible for us. So with Ghosts in a Jar, Wraith Form, and Fairy in a Bottle, and Panic Button, we're just letting Catalyst stack up, and potentially that's the fight for us. Might want to take even more Piercing Whales since we don't really know what's happening in the hard fight. So more copies is safe. Sure. 35 cards is a lot more than I would hope to be at this point. But it's where we're at. The YOLO Wraith Form. It's kind of spicy. But we almost kill the Spire Shield turn 1. And we have Paper Crane. And we got +1 dexterity back. I mean, it's all good things. Except this turn, which is not at all good things. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That is really good. I forgot to play the burns on turn 1. Yeah, I forgot we picked up Medkit at the end of Act 3. Are you dead next turn? You take 13... No, you're not. This has to go here. There's never a multi-attack, right? So at worst, buffer gets absorbed here, and then this goes over here. Or do we hold on to it for a future turn where we have this stuff going on? Tough. Bad Hands, wow. Happy 10th Burb Day, my friend. Thank you so much for the long-standing support. That's a purple flask if I've ever seen one. The rare purple flask. Thank you so much. 97 subs. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do about this turn. Piercing Wail helps a lot. We could, like, Catalyst defend. Yeah, Catalyst kills the shield. It does. But we're so far behind on the spear then. Like, that's such a huge problem. We don't have weak applied. We do have one more copy of Piercing Wail coming around. Ooh, we were not being attacked. Interesting. Do have Envenom in play. That's good news. No after image, though. Maybe I was supposed to draw first? Yes, you dummy. So maybe the play was like double draw for Piercing Wail, because this is a fair amount of damage coming in. Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay. That's fine. Hitting the potion so hard, you're gonna be... It's all gonna make sense on the hard fight. Probably. The worst thing is, like, letting this weakness fall off the Spire Spear. If we had Spire Spear with weak applied for last turn, it was like... yeah, that would have been so much better. Any Crippling Cloud? Okay, well, we get out of the fight at least. Get out of here. And Nib on 9. Warpaint is here to upgrade. Crippling Cloud upgrade's pretty sweet. Wail's okay. If anything, it allows Warp Tongs to hit other stuff. And that's pretty okay. Okay. On to the heart fight. So the reason why I saved Ghost in a Jar is for a situation kind of like this. So if we didn't find a source of weak on turn 1, then even if we had used Ghost in a Jar in the last fight, the big attack just kills us. So sometimes. So if we run into the multi-attack, then the big attack is on the following turn. You know, you get it. First turn, fortunately, plays itself, though. Take +1 dex. Okay, so we found a source of weak, which you love to see. Turn is so bad. If we defend acrobatics and we don't find another block card, then we can't get neutralized down. And neutralize and pray. We have so many things to do this turn. So not getting Noxious down is a problem. Not getting Catalyst Plus down is also a problem. The likelihood that we draw into exactly a block card is super low, though. It's like probably not even worth thinking about. So I guess we could think about it. We could lose the buffer this turn to Beat of Death, and that's really sad. But it does trade away our Berry in a Bottle, and I feel like not getting Noxious and Catalyst down leads to more death than saving buffer. If we trade away Fairy in a Bottle to the big attack, then we know next turn is the multi-attack, and hopefully we find a Piercing Wail. If we don't, then we have Neutralized down with Paper Crane, so we still don't die, and then we can save. Hopefully we find like Well-Laid Plans or something, but actually we have Neutralize plus Captain's Wheel for next turn too. So yeah, we might lose buffer here, but I think not playing Noxious and Catalyst, not getting ahead on poison, is a way bigger mistake. These? Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we're losing buffer. It just is what it is. Oh, that was the one we did not want to hit. Ugh. Let's see. Still don't die to the multi-attack, though. So it's still gotta be correct. Was the big attack. So this is the multi-attack. It's 1 times 15. We're currently not even losing... we're not losing our armor right now. Our block. Fight is honestly not going perfectly, but maybe this saves us? The biggest thing we're missing is Well-Laid Plans. Well-Laid Plans is coming in at the bottom of the deck, exactly where we do not need it. Can I have Wraith form, please? Yeah. So Wraith form, we did not get our other catalyst yet. So Wraith form saves us from, say, this turn, buff turn, and then the following turn. So we have 4 turns to do 596 damage. The other catalyst puts this at 45 times 3, somewhere north of 136 damage. How much is this damage? Is 5 times 15, is that correct? Ever block for 45. Also really need this well-laid plans in play. This is 2 times 15? 4 times 15, okay. Yeah, that's right, because vulnerable we're up. Still not blocking for 30, though. We have 18 here. Is 35. Two times 15 makes kind of a big difference. It's a 27 plus 8, 35. And then maybe we draw Survivor. And then we can play well-laid plans in Wraith form on a future turn. It does mean we have to block for 15, though. Which is kind of difficult. Yeah, if we draw Void, that's still fine. We still live. Because this is exactly 3 mana. Energy, excuse me. 8, 16, 35. 34. I think we wait on the Wraith form. Because let's say it's roughly 550 damage over 100 and say at best 150. We have to survive more than 3 turns, which I don't think we do. So we have to find another copy of Piercing Wail then over the next 2 turns, or a lot of block cards. I have one here. Hey, that Survivor pull was really, really good for us. So this puts him at 55. 55 times 3 plus 1, 166. Versus 53 times 3 plus 1. Times 160 versus 53. So but it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't make an interesting breakpoint. We do have You have Noxious going around too. I'm thinking the 1 HP might be really relevant because we have to both play Wraith Form and pull a Defend here to survive a multi-attack. It's that close with Wraith Form and the multi-attack. Okay. We win! Oh my goodness. That was the fun one. Whew. Just like the smallest bit stressful. Wow. Really, really good one. We took Runic Dome all the way to the heart, and yes, it didn't matter. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Score just over 3,000. Ooh, that was good. That was clean. Well, it wasn't clean. Like, we had a really scary turn against the Act 4 elites that could have gone differently, but I feel pretty good about it. That's why you save Ghosts in a Jar. Yeah, 30 HP never mattered, right? Oof. End turns, 53 damage. Paper Crane making all the difference there, allowing us to save the Wraith form for like another turn or two. Thank you to my friend Paper Crane. Medkit kind of underperformed. Part of that was my fault, I guess, not playing it on a turn or two. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference. It was between Medical Kit or Pair. And if we took the Pair, then in this shop, we wouldn't have been able to buy Piercing Wail and Panic Button. Now, Panic Button did have a place in the Act 4 Elites fight, and it had a purpose for the Heart fight as well. So I feel good about that. We wouldn't have been able to do all that stuff. Notably, we have 3 strikes in here, so failing to remove some strikes made the Heart fight and everything else that much more difficult. But Snecko Skull, Kunai, Runic Dome, all in all, it was like really, really good. We didn't actually use Unceasing Top really at all. Like, it did some things. Guria did nothing. A couple of duds, but all in all, a super solid run. Yeah. Too bad this Ironclad one fell flat against the second boss, because we'd still be win streaking. Well, I guess this one. But that's 2 in a row on the Silent. So we've got a 3-peat to go for on the Silent as well, but we'll be moving on to the Defect next.